Children, good morning. In our first chapter of history, how, when, where, we came to know about the importance of history, how the study of history helps to know the past at the present situation and to build up the future. We have discussed what are the sources of history, how the inscriptions, writings, literary works, coins help to know about our glorious past. Now in the second chapter we are going to discuss about from trade to territory. From trade to territory. Before that, I just want to tell you, when Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese navigator, discovered sea route to India, many Portugals, later on many Europeans entered to India for trade, because India was the country which used to be a very, very prosperous country, particularly the spices, the cotton and other stones, metals, everything, resource, attracted Indians to be conquered by the Europeans, to be occupied by the Europeans, to be traded by the Europeans. So, 1600 AD, East India Company was set up. An English company came to India. First they have set up their factory. Factory means European trading centers in India. Once again write factory, European trading centers in India. East India Company from England came and set up in India many factories, means trade centers. The French people came, Portugal came, Danish people came, Dutch people came, all the Europeans, they have come. But the East India Company received the farman. Farman means royal letter, permission letter. You know, at that time Jahangir was the ruler of India, the Mughal dynasty. Jahangir's daughter was suffering with an unknown disease. There was a doctor, English doctor, cured her. So Jahangir allowed the British to trade with India. Jahangir gave the royal permission letter called Farman. So now the British started their work. Particularly British dominated in the southern and western part of India. They did not go to north. Once they have seen like Masulipatanam, like present Chennai means Madras, like our Gujarat, Lothal, this area, Ahmednagar, this area British, French, Portuguese, then Dinamars or Dutch, they used to set up their business centers. But English East India Company wanted to dominate India, wanted to not only confined in a trade, wanted to occupy that territory. So they came for a trade, they wanted to occupy the territory dominate India. So the chapter is called From Trade to Territory. We will discuss about East India Company, how it has started in our country as a trader, but later on it ruled over India for a long 150 years. You know, the most powerful ruling dynasty, Mughal dynasty, was there in India. And the last Mughal ruler was Aurangzeb. You know, Babur, Humayun, Akbar, Shahjahan, Jahangir, Shahjahan, then Aurangzeb. This group. So, Aurangzeb was not in a mood to accept the British. So, there was a lot of discussion, the disturbances, quarrel started. But whatever it may be, they wanted to set up their territorial interest over India, British victory over Bengal. India, particularly the Britishers and Europeans, concentration in Chandannagar, Madras, Masulipatanam, then Ahmedabad, then all other Goa, Puducherry, Yanam, this area. They came to know that Bengal, because at that time India was divided into presidency, British made it clear, but presidency, Bengal was most prosperous fertile. So they wanted to occupy it. Bengal means present Odisha, Bihar and some part of UP and West Bengal fully. So this area Bengal, the British came to know that Bengal is prosperous, and if they will occupy Bengal, they can control over a whole country. So from Chennai they wanted to shift their base to Bengal. At that time Bengal was ruled by a strong and powerful ruler called Sujaudola. Sujaudola. He was a free-minded people, never bothered about to allowing other country people to trade with our country. So British, the East India Company, came to Bengal without the permission of King Sujaudola, started constructing the factory or building or port, trade centers. See children, without your permission anybody will enter to your house or occupy your house. Will you agree? No. So when the British East India Company started constructing building or port in Bengal, this Sujaudola attacked them and defeated them because he was a very strong and powerful person, and he was a popular king also. So when Sujaudola was defeated, British lost the hope. You know, British brain is called supercomputer brain. They say it is not easy to occupy or to control or to capture Bengal without the permission, without the support of Bengali or the known people of Sujaudola. So there is a person told Robert Clive. Robert Clive was given in charge. At that time he was in Madras. He came. Let me speak something about Robert Clive. You know, Robert Clive was a young person. He was in England and unemployed. He was a frustrated minded person. He wanted to commit suicide. So he took one gun and put on his head and shoot. But it did not click. When it did not click, he felt that something to be done by me so that the God did not allow me to die. So he came to India through a ship and he joined in British Army. Slowly his dynamic leadership, dedication, determination, young mind and cunningness made him the head of this British. So he took charge. He came to know that Sujauddala's commander-in-chief means army chief is Mirzapur. Mirzapur is the commander-chief of Bengal army. This Robert Clive made a secret treaty with Mirzapur and promised that when British will attack Sujauddala, Mirzapur should support British, and in return British will make Mirzapur as the ruler of Bengal, and Bengal will be given permission by the British to the British for trade. That was the condition. Treaty was made. So according to treaty, in 1757, Robert Clive declared war against Sujauddala, and Sujauddala strongly opposed it. But Mirzapur, the traitor, did not support the king Sujauddala. I think it is not Sujauddala, my dear. It is Sirajuddaulah. Sirajuddaulah. Sujauddala is king of Awadh. So Mirzapur became a traitor and supported to British instead of supporting his own king Sirajuddaulah. So a battle of Plassey, the British won. Battle of Plassey, importance, listen. It allowed to set up British territorial interest in India. It is the foundation stone laid by the British to start ruling over India. So according to the treaty, Mirzapur became the ruler of Bengal, and British got a strong and powerful influence over Bengal. And they made Mirzapur as the puppet. Puppet means, you cannot take your own decision. You will be like a doll in the hands of others. So British made Mirzapur as the doll for this. Not consider his any type of decisions. So Mirzapur was unhappy. He does not want to continue. So he protested. So British removed Mirzapur and appointed Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim, the son-in-law of Mirzapur, as the ruler of Bengal. Slowly it was going well. Mir Qasim is also not liked the interference of British in all the administrative and economic affairs. So Mir Qasim wanted to attack over British, but Mir Qasim knew that British cannot be defeated by Mir Qasim himself. So Mir Qasim disposed with Sujauddala of Awadh and Shah Alam of Delhi. He is the Mughal ruler of Delhi. So Shah Alam, Sujauddala and Mir Qasim, the combined army of Awadh, Bengal and Delhi, fought against British in a battle called Battle of Buxar in 1764. In this battle, all three combined army of Sujauddala, Shah Alam and Mir Qasim defeated. So the Battle of Buxar consolidated British power. In Battle of Plassey, only Bengal ruler was defeated. But in Battle of Buxar, Mir Qasim, the ruler of Bengal, Sujaudallah, the ruler of Awadh, and Shah Alam, ruler of Delhi, all were defeated. Now British established its supremacy over Bengal, and a treaty was signed, forced to sign to receive the Diwani right. Diwani right. Diwani right. Diwani right means collection of land revenue. The power of collecting land revenue from Bengal, Bihar and Orissa was given to the English. So British become supreme in the north, including Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. So did you understand this? This is the clear-cut information about from trade to territory when they have come, and now we will discuss. They have now given the ground for British Empire, and slowly they will consolidate it. And in our next chapter, we will discuss the further British territory expansion in the form of doctrine of lapse, in the form of the subsidiary alliance, in the form of getting different type of divide and rule policy. But today we have discussed how the British established their power. You know, my dear, the Europeans came to India only for trade. They saw India's spice, because due to Constantinople occupied by the Turk, the Indian goods which used to go to European countries were stopped in the land route. So they wanted to find out a sea route, and at last Vasco da Gama found the sea route to India. Vasco da Gama belongs to Portugal. After Portuguese entered, then Denmark people entered, Dutch people entered, then French entered, and British entered. And though all the Europeans entered, but British and French, they became supreme in India for a long period. After that, British defeated the French in the Carnatic War and became the supreme power of India, and occupied India, controlled over India, ruled over India for a long 150 years. And you can clearly say that Robert Clive became the first person who set up British rule over India. And the Battle of Plassey, due to the treachery or traitor of Mir Jafar, the commander-in-chief of Siraj-ud-Dawla, the Battle of Plassey gave the way or laid the foundation stone for British rule over India. And Battle of Buxar, which defeated Mir Qasim of Bengal, Shah Alam of Delhi, and Sujaudallah out, and British got the Diwani right. So now you can say that due to this Battle of Plassey, British rule is set up, and Battle of Buxar consolidated British rule over India. And we will discuss further Carnatic War, Mysore War, British policy of divided rule, British exploitation over India, and all the different aspects of British rule over India. Thank you, and